All right, looking back to last week, we spent some time learning about the early humans through the beginnings of the Paleolithic age, which was noted for their hunter-gatherer societies. The Paleolithic early humans were nomadic, which meant they did not settle in just one place, but rather they moved around in pursuit of their food. We learned last week about the importance of the discovery of fire. And what we found was that the early humans were able to use fire for defense against predators, for warmth and lighting at night, and also to cook their food. We learned that the cooking of the food was extremely important in their progression and growth of their brain. When food is raw, the digestive system has to do a lot of work. And many early humans had large digestive systems that were doing a lot of work. As the food was cooked, their bodies adjusted, and the increased amount of proteins from the cooked meat allowed for brain growth. The growth of the early human brain led to a new way of life. The days of hunter-gatherer were ending, and the Neolithic would replace it in a farming age. The Neolithic early humans domesticated animals. You can see here, a domesticated dog, including dogs and prehistoric bovines. The Neolithics also used technology in the form of tools. And one thing we'll talk about this week about the Neolithics is metallurgy. So this week, we're going to focus on recapturing this story to understand the progression of early humans from the Paleolithic age into the Neolithic age. Why was farming such a big deal? Agriculture. How did the early humans start civilization? We're also going to look at how the early humans were able to spread so far across the globe due to climatic changes, hunting, domestication of animals, and of course their agriculture. When the early humans began to hunt and gather less, and they became less nomadic, they started to farm and domesticate animals. Why did these changes make such a big deal? So one thing we're going to talk about is this map here and the idea of transitioning all across the world, starting in Africa, making their way across the Middle East, into Europe, across Asia, even to Australia, into North and South America. As they started to move, and farming was a big part of their culture, we're going to spend some time focusing on how farming started to create civilizations. And it will lead us into two of the first civilizations that we'll study in world history, which is Mesopotamia, which fell in this area known as the Fertile Crescent, present-day Syria and Iraq, and also ancient Egypt. All right, so this week we'll be focusing on the early humans and their progression into what we now know as modern civilizations. They were kind of the first to get the train started and get us in the right direction. All right, so you need to watch this video by Wednesday, August the 19th, and we'll be doing some activities in class with it.